Hello. This week's episode is Long Distance Call. It is very iconic for a Twilight Zone episode because it is very low-key. Very, very low-key. It has no special effects. Some lovely, lovely acting. And is deeply scary when you actually think about it. It's shot on video, you can tell the quality, that stuff. But that doesn't matter because just a few seconds into the episode, we get Bill Mumy, who does his first Twilight Zone episode here. He, of course, does the great one of the very best ones, but we'll get there, don't worry. And then, of course, he did, lots of other stuff. He made music and he played Lanier on Babylon 5, and yeah, it's a lot of stuff. He's a really, really great addition. So... there are a few things that I noted in this episode. The doctor is called R. Unger, MD, which just made me chuckle a bit, thinking about Airplane, the Zuckerberg movie, Zucker Brothers, which has one pilot called Roger and one called Over and one called Unger. And yeah, so it's a whole gag. It's fantastic. You should just watch it. Just watch Airplane, okay? Since it's shot on video, you get a bunch of black flashes of things. Mostly Grandma's ring. When she turns her hand, you get this black flash. It's a strange little artifact based on the video technology used. The episode has a bit of a time capsule thing going on in that you get to see some 1950s, 1960s stuff that we don't see anymore. Mom says, "Don't fib to me." Like, who uses the word fib anymore, unless you're being wildly ironic? and of course, the husband and wife sleep in separate beds. That's not common anymore, but they do. And also, when the wife is upset, he actually covers her mouth with his hand. It looks almost violent. I understand what they're trying to go for, but it looks... From a story standpoint, there's only sort of one thing, and that's when the mother takes the phone away from Billy, and he goes, "You broke my phone," and then he runs away, and then stuff happens. And then the husband uses it. I can't see how he broke it. It's got to be something that we can't see. It's weird. Now, the horror bit of this is kind of cool. The noise in the background is a cat, by the way. The horror thing is really quite insidious. So we have a word for someone who loses their husband or someone who loses their wife, right? Widower. We have people who lose their parents. We call them orphans. But we don't actually have a word for someone who loses their kid, right? That's not something we want to think about, so we don't actually have a word for it. So, and that's, of course, the horror of this episode. Next episode is 100 Yards Over the Rim, which I did not think was about basketball, but it's about pioneering and time travel, and I will see you then. Take care.